very serious. It cuts pretty deep. If you feel the need to leave the room, I will not feel offended at all. So, being completely honest, if you want to leave, don't worry about it, okay? By the time you read this, I hope to be dead. You can't undo something that's happened, and you can't take back a word that's already been said out loud. You'll think about me and wish that you would have been able to talk me out of this. You'll try to figure out what would have been the one right thing to say or to do. You know, I guess I should tell you, don't blame yourself, this isn't your fault. But that would be a lie. We both know I didn't get here by myself. You'll cry at my funeral. You'll say it didn't have to be this way. And you will act like everyone expects you to. But will you miss me? More importantly, will I miss you? Does either one of us really want to hear the answer to that question? That chilling beginning to Jodi Picoult's novel, 19 Minutes, comes from Peter Houghton, a 17-year-old high school student who goes on a shooting rampage. With that beginning, we see things were horribly wrong at Sterling High School long before shots were fired. What Patrick, a first-hand responder, sees as he enters the school is the consequences of Peter saying enough was enough to 12 years of taunting abuse. As he raced up the steps to the school, Patrick was vaguely aware of two other officers joining him in the fray. Patrick pushed through the double doors, past students who were shoving each other in an effort to get outside. Fire alarms blared, pulsing so loud that at first, Patrick had to strain to hear the gunshots. He grabbed the coat of a boy streaking past him. "Who is it?" he yelled. "Who's shooting?" "Some kid. I don't know his last name." The boy wrenched away from Patrick. "Is there more than one?" he called after him, but by then, the boy had opened the door and burst into a rage of sunlight. Homework papers were scattered on the floor, and shell casings rolled beneath Patrick's shoes. A fine gray dust coated the broken bodies that lay twisted on the floor. There was this eerie presence of crime scene outlines on the floor outside the biology rooms, where the children had been tracing their own bodies on butcher paper for a class assignment. Patrick ignored all of this, instead driving toward the noise with his weapon drawn. Patrick spun around to the entrance of the gym and heard another shot. His head whipped toward the side door that led out of the gym. It was a locker room. He glanced down, saw the fan spray of blood at his feet, and entered the gun around the corner wall. Two bodies lay unmoving at one end of the locker room, and at the other, closer to Patrick, a slight boy crouched beside a bank of lockers. He held a pistol up to his head with one shaking hand. "Don't move!" he shouted. "Drop the gun or I will kill you!" He could feel his cupped hand shifting on the butt of the gun, completely ready to lace the kid with bullets if he had to. Patrick let his forefinger brush gently against the trigger as the boy opened his fingers wide as a starfish. The pistol fell to the floor, skittering across the tile. Immediately he pounced, dropping the kid onto his stomach, cuffing him and grinding his knee into the boy's spine. His head was spinning, his nose was running, and his pulse was a military tattoo. But somehow, he could vaguely hear one of the other officers calling this in over the radio. "Sterling, we have one in custody." He sank down to his knees and focused on the body directly in front of him. The girl was laying face down, blood spurting out from beneath her temple. She was barefoot, and on her toenails was bright pink polish, just like his goddaughter Tara. This girl, just like Tara, and her brother, and a million other kids in this country, had gotten up and gone to school today, never imagining she would be in danger. She trusted all the teachers and principals to keep her safe. That was why these schools post 9/11 had teachers wearing ID all the time and doors locked during the day. The enemy was supposed to be on the outside, not the kid sitting next to you. Suddenly the girl shifted. "Help me." Stunned, Patrick knelt beside her. "I'm here," he soothed, gently turning her enough to see that the blood was coming from a cut in her scalp, not a gunshot wound as he'd assumed. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Josie." The girl tried to sit up. Patrick put the bulk of his body strategically between her and the other boys. She'd be in shock already. He didn't need her to go over the edge. She touched her hand to her forehead, and when it came away oily with blood, she panicked. "What happened?" School shootings. It's a part of society, or so it seems. It's a tragedy for all involved. But how many people stop and look at it from the shooter's point of view? What in the world drove them to commit murder and sometimes even suicide? Could there have been something to prevent the tragedy? In the poem, "This School Will Never Be the Same" by an anonymous author, we see how years of being bullied and tormented led to an explosive ending. My own parents didn't even notice the gun in my room. I almost wish they had. If there was this God that they believed in so much, why doesn't he make sure someone stops this from happening? I wasn't always different until they started to treat me differently. Everywhere I go, someone is looking down at me. But soon, they will be looking in my eyes. I go to school every day, and I get almost perfect grades. Yet the only thing the teachers see are the clothes I wear and the way I cut my hair. I've been trying to warn my parents. They don't even ask. They're too busy working or going out with friends, while I'm in my room making bombs and playing Doom. At school, I read blues. They don't even care. All the books in the library about Hitler and company. I'll learn from the best as I put them to rest. And in the end, they can't call me those names. They will wish that they knew me when I'm causing them pain. The time is coming soon, and death is the game. Today is my birthday. I turned 17. My parents gave me money, but the only thing I want to buy are bullets and grenades. I even have a friend that now wants to join me. Today is the day. Now nothing can stop us. We have it planned out from beginning to end. Now a message we will send. 9 o'clock a.m., the school bell rings. Class is in session. The gunshots begin. First I shoot the girl. She always pointed and laughed in gym class, and I never knew why. Well, I guess now I'll never know. Bang, bang! Down she goes. My friend and I gather the ones left in the hall. We put them in the lunchroom and yell, "Get on the floor!" And before they know it, we throw a grenade. 7 now dead. Not enough, we want more! This could have been stopped. Bang, bang! Shot dead on the floor. I see how they cried right before they died. If they only knew the tears that I've shed and what they put me through. 13 now gone, and a lot have gotten away. The cops now outside. I guess the only thing left to do is to go out with a big bang with the guns